From Tutoring with Cheryl, and I am coming on to this channel to talk to you a little bit about your email list. Now, I just spent about 2 hours this morning going through and scrubbing my email list, and I'm going to talk to you about what I mean by scrubbing it. No, I didn't take a bucket of soap and water. I went through and I looked at every single one of my subscribers, and I determined whether or not I was going to keep them on my list. Now, some of the things that I was looking at was, how did they join my list? Did they join my list because I sent out an invitations for something like a tutor meetup? I might want to keep them on there because maybe at some point in the future I want to host some sort of a tutoring event. So if they haven't opened any of my information about reading or writing or something like that, I might keep them on there if they opened up all of the other stuff when I was sending that out. But if they hadn't opened anything within the last year, I took them off my list. Then I looked at subscribers who had signed up for my newsletter. And how did they sign up for my newsletter? Was I a recommendation? I use kit.com. And sometimes I think kit.com, somebody might be recommending me, but maybe they're in a different niche. And then when they see what I'm actually talking about, they're not really excited about what I'm sharing. And so, boom, I took them off because they haven't opened anything. And so when somebody is on your email list and they're not opening anything, they're actually reducing the amount of emails that are actually going to go through. So you got to get them off because it's going to decrease your open rate. And when you're seen as a decrease in open rate, you want to get rid of them. So I was looking at it, and I took a note last year that about this time I had a 50 or 60% open rate. And then I was at about a 38% open rate. And I thought, you know what? I need to just go in and get rid of some of these people that are no longer looking for the information that I'm sharing. So I just deleted over 100 people off my email list. And some of you are screaming, whoa, why did you do that? Leave those people on there. No, I don't want to leave people on my list that don't value what I'm sharing. Okay. So because I am talking about literacy for kids with reading, writing, and spelling, and earlier I had I was going for two niches. I was talking about tech tools for tutors, and I was talking about literacy as well. I've decided just to keep the road narrow and focus on the literacy part. So if this is the first time that you've run across this channel and you're like, oh, I want to learn more about what Cheryl tutors or how she does it, come on over to my Tutoring with Cheryl channel as well and check that out, because I talk to parents directly, and I also talk to other tutors about different ways to capture parents' attentions. But an email list is a great thing to do. So the other thing that I want to talk to you about is consistency. I find that when I am really consistent and I create at least 1 or 2 emails per month, my open rate is better. And sometimes I'll put a lot of time and energy into the email that I'm sending, and other times it's just a quick little message. Recently, today is Wednesday. On Monday, I sent out an email, and I was just talking about different types of books, like Let's Get the Kids Reading. I'm telling you, I had a huge number of people open up that email, but it was very short. I think I had maybe 15 sentences. And then at the end of it, I directed them over to my YouTube channel to watch a recording that's about 38 minutes long, where I went through a bunch of books and I talked about the different types of books that I was sharing with my students in my tutoring practice, why I thought they were good fits for those students, and what I liked about the books. And so find something that your viewers are interested in, that they're going to want to open up and they're going to want to learn more. The other thing that I'm going to just say is share case studies. So if you're working with a student and something amazing happened, send out an email. Say, these are the things that happened this week at Tutoring with Cheryl. I had this student who improved their reading rate by 20%. I'm so excited about that because this student is dyslexic and they're struggling to read. I had this student who was able to write a paragraph about something that we'd read, and I was so excited because they were able to come up with their ideas on their own. I had this other student who, we've been reading this novel and it's been really hard for them to understand, and so I had them watch the movie that went with it, and now they understand the characters. Even though our story plot line might be slightly different than what they saw in the movie, they at least now they understand it. And so share those stories because, you know, whatever you happen to be working on, if you're a chemistry tutor or if you're a biology tutor or if you're a test prep tutor, what is it that you're doing that's making a difference in the lives of your students? And when you can share those things, I think it gets people really excited. Now, if this is the first time that you've ever come across my information, I do want to let you know that I've changed the structure of my support for my tutors moving forward. I used to have something called the Tech Hub for Tutors, and I've changed that from being kind of a hub with personal support to basically being a hub of information. And I've renamed it Managing Your Successful Tutoring Business because I think sometimes we just need fresh ideas. And so what I like to do is every month, I try to put 1 or 2 new ideas into the Tech Hub for Tutors. I'm sorry, I have to rename that from the Tech Hub for Tutors to the Managing Your Successful Tutoring Business. And I'm sharing different things that I have discovered or challenges that I've overcome, and then I'm putting them in by topics so that you can easily search. And when I put things into the hub, then you get an email from me that says, oh, this is new information. But you don't need to wait for the email. You can hop right into the hub and you can start learning. So if you're just starting your tutoring practice from the ground floor, you're like, I'm just starting, I'm stuck, I don't know where to go with this. I give lots of information, not just about setting up emails, but how do you set up your website? How do you tutor online? How do you market? All these things that tutors really don't know. Let's face it, we're educators. Many of us come from the classroom. We were in the classroom. We are amazing teachers. We know how to write curriculum. We know how to manage a class, but we don't know how to manage a business. So we're just trying to figure out what are the steps to managing things on the business side. And I am still don't consider myself like a business guru, but I know enough to keep my business running. And so I really want to encourage you that if you're like, how do I send out invoices? How do I create a website? How do I get my Google profile page up and running? Where do I find students? I don't want to work for a company that's taking all the money. I want the money myself. Well, that means that you're going to have to work for your money. Okay. So you're trading off the marketing and the billing and all those other things so that you're going to be the one in charge. But there is a way to do it, and I tell you how to do that in this course. So in the description of this video, go ahead and check it out. It is a membership, and you get membership for 6 months. And with that 6-month membership, you get a power hour with me. But I also will always answer any emails or messages that you send my way because you're paying for that service. And of course, I give great service. So you're going to want to check that out. I have some other things over on my Tutoring with Cheryl website, and I'll be sure to link them, but I've got some other courses. And if you're just getting started and you're like, you know, I just don't even know where to start. I've got the introductory course and I've got the course for teachers that are educators that are already kind of set up and you just need more support. So I've got 2 courses there and you can definitely check those out. So I am going to end this conversation by saying, if you have an email list, make sure that you are scrubbing it every now and then so that your rates go up and you can stay visible in people's inboxes, because if you're not visible, they're not looking for you. They don't know where you're at. They're not going to find you, and you're going to be lost. Bye.